chains go bump in darkest night, bringing stories to the light. Guests arrive with chilling claim, whispering the ghostly name. Hear the tales for all to see. Spirited chats eternally.
Good morning. It's the middle of the week. Time to rise and shine. Time to take on that grind or go to bed if you're up this late. Don't need to be up this late if you've stayed up all night. Good morning, Leafa. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's not bad weather. According to my car, it's 47 degrees, which is comfortable. It should be comfortable anyways. I still think we have a little bit of wind, but nothing major. We got storms. Well, they were calling for storms all night yesterday and the day before, calling for bad weather. And to be honest with you, I don't think we really got much of it. I heard some thunder. I don't think I seen lightning, to be honest with you. So, not that I'm complaining. We got rain, which is good. But, so yeah, unless there might be a tree down or something along the way, yesterday's weather shouldn't affect my drive in. Like I said, it wasn't bad that I'm aware of. Either that or I slept through it, which is possible. I sleep pretty heavy. But this is about the time I normally get into the subject. It's kind of a loose subject. You guys are welcome to comment on or whatever. And let's go hunting with your cell phone. And I was going to say that ghost hunting with cell phone apps, I figured I brought it up a little bit in case we take it different routes. Leave a comment below on, do you think cell phone apps are accurate when it comes to ghost hunting? Do you think they're reliable? Do you think they're worthwhile? I see a lot of people using now, and they believe they get good responses. They sound neat. They make a lot of neat noise effects and such, and at least straight up no. No reasons, no nothing, just no. Make a lot of cool noise, and they do a lot of, I'm much like the number one for you. Sorry. Yeah, where was I? I'm a lot like Lee, though I'm not gonna say 100% no. I believe once in a while, once in a blue moon, something will be able to manipulate the phone just right, and you might get lucky and get that piece of evidence. But I do feel that the majority of the time, it's just no. Now, you also, people download them for their tablets, which might be a little bit better. That's not connected to the internet. I think if you're connected to the internet with your app, forget about it. You're definitely not getting a good app, because then they can use your location and such to feed words into it through software. You know what I mean? So if, say, like me, I'm driving, I'm at McDonald's and using it. Another darn possum. That one was almost taken out. Coming around the corner and it was right there. So yeah, I'm at McDonald's ordering fries and using that app that's connected to the internet. It could possibly pop up, fries and McDonald's, and or they use generic things like you'll say, they'll throw in hello and dead or murdered or something. And so a bunch of words like that will eventually make sense to the situation you're in, because there's generic enough to do that. That's why I don't care for, I believe it's the obelisk that you can program words into. Just, by the way, guys, this is just our opinion. Doesn't mean we're right. Doesn't mean we're wrong. Just our view. I do also want to say is we have not used a lot of apps. There was deer on the side of the road. It's like Wildlife Wednesday. But where was I? Oh, we don't use apps, so there's a possibility there's a couple really good ones that we just haven't used, and we just haven't found them. And so it might be a possibility that there is apps out there that work, but our general view of it is no. I did download one app. I believe it's called the Miracle Box. I break it out once in a while. Most of the time I forget I have it. It's probably because to use it, I'm not able to use any other part of my phone while I'm using it. So that kind of limits me on videoing and all that. But I've actually even got a good piece of evidence with it. But not in the way that you guys are probably thinking, especially after everything I said. This app uses already pre-programmed speech and puts it in reverse. Just random words being said, and and so I'm using this, and you can record with it. While you're recording, you could it records. It becomes like a voice recorder as well. So it'll record the speech that's playing. Spirits are supposed to manipulate it to have forward speech. So if we want to say a certain word, it'll change the direction of the speech and all that. I'm thinking, yeah, right. I don't even know how to do it, and I'm alive. So some ghost from the 1800s has got to know how to do it, right? So, but with that being said, the voice recorder part is how we caught a decent EVP. I was in a building. I'm trying to think what it was. Kind of like a poorhouse. And I was on a little bit of a tour, we're in the area that used to be their church, or where they had church services, and doing investigation. And during the time we were in the church service or church area, over the voice recorder part of the app, we picked up what sounded like church bells. We didn't hear none while we were there, or else I would have made I would have said it out loud. Whoever's listening to this, there's church bells, but I didn't. So the app itself, only reason why we caught it was because it was a voice recorder, not so much the app itself. So that's my take on apps and such for your phone or tablet ghost hunting. To me, I feel like they're too easy to manipulate. If you're connected to the internet, it's even easier. And spirits from the 1800s and such, early 1900s and such, how they got know? Another possum. Jeez. How they gotta know that how to use those things. On the other note, using cell phones to investigate. Well, yes, I've done it. We've done it. You could video with it. You could with your phone. Most phones have voice recorders that you could use. If not, that's an app that you can probably download. You got your flashlight, you got all the stuff needed to do a basic investigation. I tell people that when they're just starting off ghost hunting or trying to keep it on a budget, you already got it in your pocket most times. Most people has a cell phone nowadays, so why not? Now, if you have a bunch of equipment that's sensitive to things like EMF and such, you have to be careful because using your cell phone will trigger it. I've even heard when you have it on airplane mode, it will still interfere with EMF detectors and such. So I've heard of teams asking their members to put their cell phones in a certain location to cut back the possibility of evidence being tampered with due to cell phone contamination, which I understand, but nowadays it's hard to ask people not to have their cell phones. Most people will feel naked without it. You know what I mean? So, another thing that a lot of people don't think about, and we will use them ourselves and try to demonstrate EMFs for the spirits or whatever by using our two-way handheld radios. Your lack of better words, walkie-talkies. You key up on it and push the button to talk by an EMF detector, it will spike it. And so we'll do that to kind of show spirits, hey, we want you to come close to this device and it will do this, and we'll key up and it'll show it to the red, and So, but yeah, cell phones can be very handy on a case, but it could also be very detrimental. If you have a cell phone on you, you run the risk of it contaminating your evidence, and it makes it hard for you to give it 100% proof. Oh my God, look at that! There's EMF spike. Oh, whatever you're using that a cell phone could interfere with. It is Wednesday, folks. Wednesday. And it doesn't look like the storm really did anything around my neck of the woods. That we even had a storm. Like I said, I slept, so once I was asleep, that was it. Yawn number 2 for you guys. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to get up. I want to sleep in. I set myself 3 alarms, and first alarm is hey, you know what? You probably should wake up, get moving, you know. But if you want to close your eyes for a minute, that's okay. You're fine. You got alarm number 2 set up. So alarm number 2 goes off, and that alarm is, you slept as late as you probably should. Hopefully you had your clothes set out, ready to go. You still have time, but get moving. Alarm number 3 goes off, and I'm not out of bed. That's a drill sergeant yelling at you, move it. Yeah, I'm like way late, running around, out the door in less than 5 minutes. And yeah, and if I don't run through the house like it's on fire, I'm in big trouble. So yeah, been a long time since I got to that alarm though. But I leave it on there just in case. There's been one time in over 10 years at this job that I overslept to the point where I wasn't there to get the bus out on time. Boss calls me up. He's like, you on your way to work? I'm like, no, I'm in bed. You just woke me up. He's like, oh, well, are you planning to come to work? Oh, yeah, I'm planning to be there, but I looked at the time. I had like 5 minutes to be there, to be there on time, and I live, if you're paying attention to this drive, I live 25 minutes away. I was like, I'm not going to be there in time. He's like, well, okay, we have your first loop covered. That meant from being at work at 4 to have to be there at 6. So I was like, you know, of course, apologize and such, and laid back down and set the alarm because, you know, nothing more I could do at that point. It was a done deal. And since I'm fixed route, it's not like I could go to work and magically the bus would be there. So, but one time out of 11, 12 years, I don't think is that bad. I think they forgave me for it. I could use some coffee. How about you guys? Coffee and Hot Pockets. I can't remember when they came out with breakfast Hot Pockets. I think it was like mid-90s. Yawn number 3 for y'all. Boy, you guys are getting a lot of yawns today. I know a lot of people catch these videos on replay on Facebook. YouTube, not as much. I get a couple, but YouTube, Facebook, I don't get a lot in the morning as I'm doing this, but by the end of the day, I'll usually have like 60, 70 views on these. So I appreciate everybody that does the replays. Did you notice I went a different way today? Nothing too drastic. But I thought, be midweek, why not? Where I'm at, I'm getting so used to stopping for railroad tracks. So there's a house about 4 blocks over. Good morning, Jonathan. There's a house about 4 blocks over, if not maybe even a little closer, that is a little famous around Warren, Pennsylvania. And that's because of in their chimney, and it's visible by the street, in their chimneys, there at the very towards the top of it, there is a little shelf and there is a skull in it, visible to anybody that looks at it on the street. And so when you look at this chimney, and if it would be dark now, I don't think they have it lit up, but if you look at this chimney, you'll see a human skull, just a human skull sitting there. And nobody knows why. The current owners don't know why it's there. There's talk that it was part of the Underground Railroad. There's talks that it was to mark a bootlegging operation back in the Prohibition days. But nobody knows why that skull is there. And at one point, from my understanding, they actually let forensic, words are hard, forensic scientists take it, sample it, see if to see if it was real or not. And it comes to find out that it's a real human skull with no story as to why it's there. So that was about 3 blocks away from where we just were. That bridge I just went over, it's go to the other side of that, and it's there. So yeah, maybe one of these days I'll go down and take a short video and show you guys it. But guys, I'm here to get coffee. Sorry for those that just popped in, but well, that's what they said is one of the rumors, Underground Railroad. I don't know if if this is who I think it is. Diane, good morning. What are you doing up this morning? It's this early. But before I'm late, I have to go get some coffee. So everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, stay spooky. And yeah, it might have been part of the Underground Railroad. Like I said, maybe I'll take a small video of it so everybody can see it and post it as a short. But anyways, guys, have a spooky day, and I'll chat with you later.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping down, and appreciate the visit. Now get the hell off of my porch. We'll see you the next time. Come on back.